Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another Friday night watch chat. I'm your host, Bobby Legs. um, Hope everybody's having had a great week and TGIF, right? I mean the daffodils are about to bloom right outside the house, and so is the magnolia tree. So it's spring and it's getting warmed up and it feels great. And hopefully the weather is good. I know the Southeast had a rough one a day or two ago. Anyway, so we are joined by our panel, of course, and we have a special guest with an interesting experience that he's going to share with you. But let's go around the horn and see what everybody's wearing. Amin, how are you, my man? How was your week?
Good, Rob. Yeah, TGIF week was a little long, but it's good to be at the end of it. Yeah.
Great, man. And what do you have on wrist?
I'm wearing my Moser today. Moser Endeavor um, center seconds.
Very nice. I love that watch. I
Still
love
the
that watch.
favorite.
Pardon?
Still the favorite.
Still my favorite. Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
favorite watch. Yeah.
yeah. Joe at Watch What JC Do. What's up, Joe? How are you, man?
Hello, TGIF. I'm good. And on the lap tonight, I got Olive, the
Yeah.
500-pound cat, and on the wrist, little vintage Olma. Just wearing it around because I was kicking around first day of spring break with the kids today. So
Nice, nice.
yeah.
And our special guest tonight is Kevin, and Kevin from the Wrong Time Watch channel. How are you, my friend? And what do you have on wrist?
Doing wonderful. Happy Friday to everyone. Today, wearing a Traska commuter,
Ah, yes, very nice. Yeah,
Sweet.
so enjoying
this
this watch.
yeah those Traskas are the free diver and the commuter. I have a friend of mine sent one in for review. They're really tastefully done, nice styling, good quality for the price point, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Um, like those watch. I got my evening watch, as I call it, the night watch, the Jaeger and Benzinger
Love
vintage.
it.
Uh, Mrs. Legs is just giving me a face. she she walked by as soon as I say this is my evening watch. She's anyway, so let's take a look and see who's in the chat, and then people in the chat let us know what you got on wrist. James, how are you? Happy Friday, Mountain Standard Time. What's up, man? He's got a video, a Seiko SPB053 review to check out. Bruce, hello. How are you, sir? Jason, what's going on, man? Bill, what's up? How are you? Sanjay, what's going on, dude? Riss Ross, what's up? Peter C, my friend, how you doing? Wilson, what's up? What's going on? Keith E, how are you? Steve P, what's up? Chas from the Berg, what's going on? Got some more underachieving watch collector. How are you? Oil Money Watches in the house. All right. It gets me every time. Kevin Lung, yeah. What's going on? Joe, how are you? Young XLNC, hello, sir. Nilo, Rasan, what's up, man? All right. And like I said, let us know what you're wearing. Dino agrees. Tresca is a great micro for sure. Jared has got the Stova Flieger Classique 40. Hey James, how are you? Peter's got a new watch, the Bear Diver D5. And what's here? Jason's got is wearing his Solus Starlight tonight. Awesome. Thanks everyone for joining in. So I wanted to bring Kevin on tonight because he has had a very interesting experience, and pretty much it's probably relatable to a lot of us who are watching tonight. Have had maybe a similar experience that Kevin has and will share. And And when I want to set it up a little bit because there's some similarity between Kevin and I. I know of Kevin for a little over about a year now. I would imagine, Kevin. We're part of this little community that Random Rob has created, right? So, you are we started basically about the same time. Maybe I started a few months before you with your channel. And you and I kind of like, maybe we haven't talked about this, but you and I are similar in the fact that for a really long time, we wanted to add a Rolex to the collection. We just wanted to add one, right? I mean, like you were looking at a like a Datejust 36 for a while. That was like your watch. So tell us a little bit about your wanting a Rolex, like, why and which ones were you targeting?
I mean, it goes back, a long time since I was a kid, but really, my whole life I've wanted one, but every time I look at the price of one, I'm like, man, it's a lot of money for a Rolex, right?
Mm-hmm.
And finally now, kind of at a point in my life where, I can kind of afford it. I can kind of justify it because of the, the channel, but I've always wanted one anyway. So, and I tried on a few different sizes, 36, a little bit small, 39, maybe a tad bit big, but now, Rolex is going to 41 with the Oyster Perpetual, and then the subs are 41. The only 39 left, as far as I know, is the Explorer. I think the Milgauss and is the Air King still around? Those are both 40.
Right.
So
I don't know if they just. I think the Air King was 40 and the Milgauss was 40.
Yeah. So I wanted a Rolex Explorer. I finally just seriously started looking into it, and of course, there's all these rumors it's discontinued, going to be discontinued. And there's all these shortages with all the steel models, right? So, I called around a few different ADs. There's 3 of them local to me. And then of those 3 ADs, they're also chains. So they have like 2 or 3 other stores additionally to do these chains. But nobody seems to have them in stock. So then, of course, I go to the used market, searching around.
Yeah.
They have some that are like new and boxed and papers. Those are about 8,500. I saw one for like 8,100, but I think that one's been sold. So anyway, I came across this one that it's actually 7,100 wire transfer.
Yeah.
It was listed as mint condition, no box, no papers. And then he listed that it was sized for like a 7 1/4 inch wrist, which, okay.
Kevin,
So then,
can I interrupt you for a minute here?
Yeah.
All right. And I want to put this to you guys and to the chat. But so I've been buying and selling crap on the internet for as long as there's been an internet. Okay. Mostly cameras, camera lenses, all kinds of stuff. And to me, when I see the word mint, I'm like, it's a huge turnoff because it's like this intentionally, like, I think if you haven't been buying and selling forever, mint sounds like it should mean perfect, right?
Right.
But to me, as someone who's been buying and selling for a long time, I feel like it's a word that people use to be intentionally ambiguous in a way that could sound like perfect, but doesn't really, like, it gives them cover in a way. So when I see that word, it immediately gets my skin crawling a little bit. What do you guys think of that word? You have similar perception, different?
Well, when I see descriptions online, what I typically see especially from the more reputable online brokers, it's either excellent condition, right?
Yeah.
Or very good condition, or like new in box.
Right.
I don't really.
Sometimes they use percentages, like 87% of condition,
97 and or 95 or whatever. And so like I always take those. If I'm not getting a new watch from an AD, whatever anybody else describes their pre-owned watches, like I take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, right?
Yeah, I think mint, unless mint means effing perfect, it's a deception. It shouldn't be used because, like, yeah. So it is a strange word. It's not a word that I see
as typically used as much as the other ones that I mentioned. But it is definitely a little. If it's mint, to me, mint is like um, without
Like new.
fault. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
so, like
That's
when
what it should mean. It should
so
mean perfect.
so like when you if you ever or get into collecting coins per se,
Yeah.
like mint
Right.
is like that is this.
Same thing with comic books. Another thing
Right.
I've bought and sold on the internet.
Yeah.
That's supposed to mean like if I opened it really carefully after washing my hands and then didn't crinkle it, put it right back in the plastic.
Right.
No skin oil.
Joe, what say you about mint?
I guess I'm a noob. I see mint and I think, oh, I'll take them at their word if the pictures seem to, concord with that. So I don't get my heckles up about mint, but maybe I will start now.
So Kevin, just to back up even a little bit more. So you have a 6.5 interest, I think I've heard you
Correct.
mention.
Yep.
So 36, it ended up being 36 was a little bit too small. 41 for Datejust, I thought you had mentioned in one of your videos or in the chat with
Yeah.
Random Rob that it was actually 41 was actually doable for you. But maybe I read that wrong. So you settled on 39. Did you consider OP or as well, or at 39 you were like, okay, it's going to be the Explorer. I think they might be discontinuing it. I've heard rumors.
Right.
And the size seems better than a 41 and definitely better than a 36.
Yeah. And the OP39's been discontinued as well, so I have to go to the used market. And I looked the other day, $7,000 I think for that.
Yeah. So now were you getting, because you jumped on this pretty quickly. I remember you chatting it up like a week ago saying that you're going to ADs. And then was it almost like a fear of missing out, a feeling?
Yeah, essentially, like there's dozens of videos saying it's going to be discontinued, and
Yeah.
but then again, I'm not fearing missing out enough that I'm going to pay 8,000
No,
or
gotcha.
85 for like new in the box, right?
Right.
So
So you see an ad
right.
for now. You found it on a forum, or did you actually go on a website? How did you find the ad?
So actually, as I'm sure a lot of you do, I used Watch Recon. So I
Mhm.
typed in the numbers 214-270, right? This is the model number, and it showed up on the Rolex forums from a guy that looks like he's a dealer there. Like I said, it said mint. He did have pictures, but I didn't like zoom in super close because again, he said it was mint, which is a mistake, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Totally
like
understandable. I mean, yeah.
So
then,
let me you shared some pictures with me, and so
yeah.
I'm gonna bring it up if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys can see. Can you guys see this?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the watch that we're talking about here, right?
Oh, it didn't come up yet.
It didn't come up yet?
I see your folder, but
We see your folder.
Oh, the folder. Okay, let me just stop sharing there real quick and then open it up. So you find it on Recon, right?
yep, that takes me to the Rolex forums, and
Mm-hmm.
like I said, he was saying 7,100 wire, and I had a kind of almost a bad experience with doing wire. I almost got scammed, so everything now I go through PayPal.
Yep,
Which
very
he
good.
was fine. And, yep, I can take it. So that made me feel a little better. So then the price went up to like 7,325, which seems like a good price compared to everything else that's out there. But again, no box, no paper.
Yeah.
And then I found out later that it's actually missing 2 links because I compared it to one on Toppers for sale, which has all the links.
Right.
So yeah, you can see it right there. Actually, the damage on that.
So you get the watch. So you get the watch, right? You make a deal.
Yep.
You get the watch. You unbox it. You're fired up, right?
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
excited. You're finally getting the Rolex, right? The Rolex that you've been wanting since you were a kid. you're in a point in your life where you can financially pull it off. You don't have to, but you want to. You're in a good position, right? So and then you open it up, and I saw the unboxing, right, and everything looked on the up and up, and then you started looking at more like like after you did the unboxing, because you actually did as soon as you got it, you waited, you got the box, you were home. It took you a little while to open it up.
Right. I mean, I wasn't prepared at all. Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I've been there, right? I've been there, and you're probably kind of like have butterflies in your stomach. You do the video, and then like, is it after the video that you start looking, or is it while you're doing that unboxing that you notice stuff?
No, it's maybe an hour later. I'm just feeling the watch with my fingers and stuff, and I kind of felt a rough spot, and then I'm like, looking at it real close. I'm like, hey, what is this? This is supposed to be mint.
Yeah.
And then one of the other pictures, when you look at straight on from the crown, you can see a little bit of like dimples in the case. And then also the top of the lug is kind of like, if you zoom in and look at the right of this, you can kind of see some dimples on the right.
Yeah.
Right there, right where the black is. Yeah.
These are your pictures? You took these?
These are from the dealer.
Oh.
So yeah, if you were to look at the ad now, you can see where it says mint and then parentheses, see pictures for details.
Mm.
And then you have it listed. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so the pictures definitely do show it, but your second video, like, you definitely get a better look. Like I don't know, like the way the pictures are. I mean, they seem to be not deceptive in a way, but I mean, like, you don't really see what you see when you go and watch your video. It looks a lot worse in your video than it does on the pictures, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then I looked at the pictures on the forum. I didn't download the pictures and then zoom in on the pictures, which
yeah.
I was gonna say people get caught. I mean, honestly, I get caught up in this because you start getting in these groups and stuff where people are selling watches, and it's like, Mazel, you bought the watch, right? It's like sold, you bought it, and there's like one picture, and it's like, oh, this is a good deal, so I'm just gonna buy it. And there's either a lack of pictures, or people are just so comfortable doing it sometimes you don't really zoom in and take a good look and all that kind of stuff, and you're just taking someone's word for it. And you really got to inspect these pictures, because I mean, it's always easier the second time around, but the first time around you're just like, yeah, this looks good, and I want to jump on the wheel. And
he had a 2-day return period, so that kind of protected me. And then he says you have to pay the shipping to send it back. He actually refunded all my money.
That's good.
But I think it's because when I sent it back, he relisted it for $400 more than what I paid for it.
Really? Yes. So right. So you beat me to the punch. So you send it back to him. No, it's okay. It's okay. You send it back to him, and then so like I'm like, I think I messaged you after I saw your second video of like, what should you do?
Yeah.
And like, I was like, like, who is this guy? Like, who is selling it to you? Like, I just wanted to know, just so I could stay clear, right?
Right.
Down the road eventually. And
so it was en route to him, and he didn't even get it yet, and he relisted it and bumped the price up. He didn't have it in his possession yet.
Right. So then you messaged me back and told me that he relisted it, put it back, and he called it mint. And then like later on, I did go maybe. So I don't know on the forums if the ad is a little bit different than on the site link that you sent me.
Yeah.
But he
yeah.
Like he you could tell he did change the description. He no longer called it mint on the site.
Yes.
He called it in very good condition.
Right.
Which, I mean, I guess
that's probably pretty accurate. It's in good condition, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say very good from what I saw the pictures. I think
like,
that's fair.
How old is the watch? Like a couple years old? It's
hard to tell because it's a random serial number. He approximated 2018, but it could be anywhere from I think 17 to 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I
near mint.
Near mint.
I mean, I guess it matters how careful you are with your watches. I have a date just that I just hit my 20th anniversary with. So I've been wearing it for 20 years. For about 4 or 5 years, it was my only watch, and I would say it does not have more wear than the watch you just showed in terms of like dings.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it has a couple tiny dings, but they're like the ones you just showed, right? And that's 20 years of wear.
Is that a 316L or 904 steel? I don't know what they used back then.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some kind of steel. There's no rusting.
Right.
And
yet you bang up your Bulgarian like 1 week.
No, I scratched the anti-reflective coating. It's pretty good. I'm not super careful, but that watch, I mean, for at least 5 years, I wore it every day, ocean, pool, everything. And it still looks pretty clean. But yeah, I'd still say it's what you showed is very good, but maybe not excellent. Definitely not mint. Yeah.
Yeah, but look, I can understand where you're coming from, Kevin. I mean, like when you find the watch that you want, you know, it's almost like you have blinders. Like with this one, when I picked up, you know, it had what turned out to be a piece of lint on it. I thought it was a scratch on the dial, and the pictures didn't show it. The previous owner said I've never seen it before. This maybe something happened in shipping, and I almost it was under warranty still, right? I almost was gonna let it go and be like, you know, I want the watch so bad that like I don't, you know, the seller offered to refund the money to me. And I said no, I want to keep it. I'm just a little pissed. And then like it took like my wife and Joe like convincing me like, you know, just, you know, it's under warranty. See what can happen. And luckily it was just lint and they took it out and now I'm happier for it. But I mean, like I was still in that mindset, like, you know, that I got what I finally got and that I wanted for a while. And I was willing to kind of overlook certain things that most people who are not in this crazed mindset would not tolerate, you know? So I get it, man. And that would have, and sending it back, like, you know, I don't know if I would have sent it back. I may have like kind of lived with it because until somebody, you know, like, you know, slapped me around and said, no, send it back, you know?
Well, yeah, my other video I posted, you know, that was my question I asked, and I would say 90% of the people said to send it back. The people that commented said to send it back. So I don't know. Who knows?
No, I think you did the right thing. Whether they're going to discontinue or not, I don't see them discontinuing the Explorer.
They may increase it in size,
or may increase it in size. Well, whatever. I mean, I think I say you did the right thing. You know.
Just going back to the description though, whether you call that very good or excellent, the word ding or dent should appear in that listing.
Exactly.
There's just no two ways about that.
If I list the watch for sale, any defects I see, I will say, okay, it's got a minor, you know, whatever on the bezel, or he definitely should have called out what was wrong. If you look at the one for sale on Toppers, he shows you the clasp. It's got scratches. He says it's got some swirls on the bezel. He calls everything out.
Yeah, I mean, if you say, like, if it has very light surface scratches in lots of different places and you say there's plenty of light surface scratches all over, I think that's fine without saying, like, there's 2 here, 1 there, you know, 3 there. But a dent is different. I mean, that just should be specified. Sure. Yeah.
That's why I'm assuming that watch has been polished.
Or if there's a chip in the crystal, it should be specified. You know, those are things that are very distinct, you know, defects.
Right.
I bought a watch that is coming in, and I asked the guy for close-ups, and I asked him specifically, are there any chips in the crystal, marks on the dial, lint on, you know, debris on the hands, any of that stuff? And he goes, now that you mentioned it, I look really close, and what I thought was dirt on the crystal, there's a tiny chip there, right? And so I go, okay, thanks for telling me that. I'll think it over. And then I just watched his listing for another day, and he didn't change the listing. I'm just saying that's something I would do, right? Now that I noticed that, which you really would want to notice before you list the watch. But if somebody specifically asked you and then you found it, then you know, I watched just to see if he would update his listing, and definitely not. And I bought it anyway, but but with the knowledge that there was a chipped crystal.
Daniel, Colin,
Yeah.
Daniel's very concerned about your mic.
Yeah, I was talking. I thought Amin was being a jerk. 'Cause he was talking over me, but my mic was off.
That's so
I'm
funny.
like, Daniel must have been watching me. I don't know.
I feel bad.
No, it's not your fault. Don't worry. I
Colin,
hit the little button.
Colin, the floor is yours if you
I
want.
thought that was just Daniel's way of saying that you weren't talking enough. The all caps. Your
So did I. That's what I thought so too. Actually.
No. All that I was saying is whenever I sell a watch, I call everything out, even to the point like stuff that I wouldn't even care about. I always err on the side of caution. Like I just sold a watch. Well, I shipped it out today, and it literally, like, the watch head is, in my opinion, mint. Like, there's not a mark on it, but I said it was like a 9.5 out of 10. There's the strap has a little bit of wear on it from using it. Like, it's not mint, right? It's not like perfect. You gotta, and I take lots and lots of pictures and close-ups, and if there is any marks, I zoom in on those and I show, like, this is some damage right here.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a really small surface scratch.
And even if there's no scratches, I always say there's scratches because somebody might see something I don't
there's
see,
gonna
and
be,
I don't want it back. I don't want to hear about it. I
Yeah.
always say there's scratches.
Which watch? Someone asked. The Black Bay 58's gone. Out of here.
Chaz is saying price determines some of the detail needed for description. Also, if you are asking top dollar, the description needs to be detailed. If asking bottom dollar, not so much.
Yeah, if you say it's in rough condition or something like that, that covers a lot of sins.
Yeah.
If you're anyway.
All money always asking the hard questions. So, what did you learn from this experience? What's your takeaway? Yeah, I mean, Kevin, what did you learn from this?
Even if he falls out of the mint, you gotta zoom in on the pictures.
Yeah.
And as far as Rolex, I mean, I don't even know if I want to buy a used one anymore. I think I'm just gonna go to the AD and buy it. But
yeah,
I'm not used to buying a used watch for more than what it sells for new. That's a crazy concept to me.
Yeah.
It's tough with Rolex right now. You know what I learned from this though is that you did buy from a somewhat reputable person. It sounds like they had a return policy.
Yeah.
Like that was your saving grace though. Like if it was just some random guy with not much of a history, he might just be like, "Oh, there were pictures there. You should have saw him." He could have easily played that card.
Yeah, this guy seems to be a watch dealer. He has a website with different Rolex and Omega watches on it. So
yeah,
I think. I'm sorry.
You mentioned the links missing. I bought from a very reputable, one of the most reputable Rolex used Rolex dealers, and
Larry Williams.
No. and David SW. I might as well say it. So,
David SW.
And yeah, he's got a great reputation, and I paid probably a little more than usual for my Explorer 2 to get it from him. And I don't think his thing said there were going to be missing links in it, but there are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's enough for my 7-inch wrist or almost 7-inch wrist, but it's definitely not the full. And the bracelet's in awesome condition, but it's definitely not got all the links.
Yeah, I think it's when it comes to Rolex, almost like a different set of rules has to apply. Like if I'm gonna go pre-owned and I'm gonna pay above MSRP, well, there's only a very small pool of dealers that I'm gonna look for, and those dealers are probably gonna charge a little bit more, but I'm gonna have some sense of security, like a David S. Broker, like a Bob's Watches, like a Watchbox. They'll charge a little bit more, but I have a better feeling about that purchase, and they have better policies, return policies, warranty, exactly. Like other watches, other brands, those rules probably will not apply. But when it comes to Rolex, and down the road, if that's the way I go, if I can't get it from an ID, it's probably going to be 3 or 4 other online brokers, and that's it. Or somebody like Colin or Amin. You know what I mean? Like people that I personally know.
I'll tell you my other used Rolex story. So I bought a Pepsi pre-ceramic, and I thought it looked perfect. I mean, it looked like I bought it. I got a great deal. It was a few years before they went sky high, so it was like 7,000, and then I sent it to Rolex in New York for service, and they were like, they sent me the estimate, and it was like this ding and this ding can't be addressed through our service, and I didn't notice any dings on it at all. And then they were like, the insert's not original, so we're replacing that with an original one. Everything else is original, blah, blah, blah. But it was just, again, from a reputable dealer who probably didn't know the insert was not original. They didn't say anything about dings. I didn't notice anything about dings. I then sold the Pepsi to another reputable dealer who didn't just put anything in their listing about dings. So I don't know. I think everybody is.
That's why I don't buy vintage.
I think all these dealers are a little bit.
Yeah, they all polish their watches. A
little bit liberal. They all polish them.
Every single one of them, you get a watch, it's going to be polished. Like, it's very rare that a watch is not polished. And
they'll tell you that too, that they do that.
Yep.
Yeah, Bobby's saying that some dealers keep some links and collect them over time, which they will sell later, which is kind of.
There's a lot of people that don't know to ask for all the links, right? And they don't know how many were with it. And then, like I mentioned in the chat, like some of these links are worth big money. Like, you get some precious metal links and they're $1,000, $2,000 per link. It's crazy.
I looked up the Explorer links and they're $225 a piece.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and Rolex sold me a bracelet for like $1,000, and the same one on Rolex forum sells for like $2,500.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Kevin, now you're just gonna have to wait it out with an AD, I would imagine, right? That's where you're gonna go.
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough, but a lot of the folks have commented on the other video are saying it's like winning the lottery. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I'll be honest though, like I'm gonna get into. Maybe I won't bring it up. Don't worry.
Do it.
I'm not gonna get into all this stuff. But there are watch groups where you can get it from gray market dealers, and they you can get them with stickers on. They're legit new, like dated this week with stickers, and you'll pay, but
like 1,000 or 1,500 extra, you think, additional?
Depends.
For an Explorer, I don't know. I don't look at Explorers too often, but probably you'd probably be in like the $9,000 range, I'm thinking.
Right.
It also seems like if you're willing to wander into ADs periodically, you get lucky at some point. If you go in, you'd be nice to talk to them.
Yeah.
At some point, you get lucky. Yeah. That seems to happen to most people. It's just a lot of people don't think it's going to happen, so they don't even try.
Right.
Go in, strike up a conversation, just go try stuff on,
right.
Find someone who knows what they're talking about there, and you can have a relationship without buying a lot of stuff. And an Explorer, I mean, it's hard to get right now. Honestly, I haven't seen an Explorer in the case in forever, but it's not the hardest to get.
Right.
So,
not like a Submariner.
No.
So Kevin S is saying, buy your Explorer from David SW. One on sale for $78.75 right now.
Yeah, and they'll give you a year warranty.
He gives you a warranty, and his pictures are great. So he's one of the only ones who shows a zoomed in picture on each one of the lugs.
Yeah, that's right.
You can really tell if it's whether they're even, whether one's been polished more than another. Like, you get just really great.
Yeah, we did that with your Explorer too. Like, you sent all the
Explorer too. I sent all these guys pictures of every lug of the ones I was considering, the price that he was asking. So I bought one with box, no papers, that he was charging more for than another one with box and papers. But from the pictures, you could see exactly why. And that same watch on Crown and Caliber, there was no way to tell what the actual condition was.
Yeah.
So go to the pics, Rob.
Is this Mark 1?
If you go down.
That's the Mark 1.
That's the Mark
No,
One.
no. I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
down on the pictures.
Show the lugs.
Show the lugs. Maybe he's not doing it on that one.
He's not doing it.
Oh, he didn't do it on that one.
Ooh, they must be bad.
No, but he's got a very, very solid reputation.
No,
Right.
Very solid. And
but listen, that's been. I mean, listen, that's 2015. That's been polished. I mean,
it's been
no
polished.
doubt.
But look at the clasp on that.
Yep.
You can see it. You know, it hasn't been over polished.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's one
That's the
9.
Mark II.
Yeah. So I was probably pretty close with $9,000 with stickers on. Like you're going to pay 10% more at David SW than you would at, if you
Right.
go on Moda or something and find a reputable gray market dealer. Just depends what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, if I would just keep walking into ADs if I was going to try to get an Explorer.
Mm.
That's good advice. Thanks.
Are you in Detroit, Kevin?
Yes, I am.
Oh, cool.
Well, pretty close.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm near you.
Oh, cool. There's a couple of us in the Random Rob group that are in Michigan.
I'm not in Michigan, but I'm near. Across the river.
Very nice. That could be farther north than you then.
You might be.
All right, Canadians and
Canadians and Americans
okay.
living in harmony. Yeah.
Okay. Ricky, thank you for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so do you guys want to talk about some new releases? Do we have any new releases? Let's
I don't know.
let's check here. Craig, Metro Detroit in the house. I gotta find my way to Detroit one day because Mrs. Legs and I are trying to go to stop in every single baseball stadium in the country, and so we've been as far west. Well, we went to Colorado, but other than that, the furthest west we've been to is Pittsburgh. So we got to do the Ohio teams and Detroit up there. Anyway.
So
that's a great story,
Wilson
right, Rob?
asked me, Wilson, I can see Grosse Pointe from my backyard, basically. I live pretty close to the water, so.
So now, okay, so you guys were either live in Detroit or close to Detroit. How big of an Eminem fans were you guys?
I was a pretty big Eminem fan actually, but not because of where I lived.
Yeah, I'm not really into rap, but yeah.
All right, well, that fell on his face. I'm 0 for 2 right now. Okay. Need to take Mrs. Legs back to Ann Arbor. Well, we went to Ann Arbor after we got engaged in Canada, and we saw the Wolverines play Appalachian State. It wasn't when Appalachian State beat the Wolverines. It was years afterwards. Yeah,
Royce to 5'9".
That was the
Philip likes Royce to 5'9". That's hilarious.
It was the biggest stadium I've ever been to.
Oh yeah, the Big House, man.
Yeah,
it's awesome. House. Well, when you come to Comerica, let me know. Make a day.
I worry about my boy Philip Sabat.
He's got some taste, man.
I listened to
keep a close eye on him.
Is he like D12?
Oh,
Philip, who are your favorite current musicians right now? Let us know.
I listen to Eminem when I work out. Eminem and Slayer, which is kind of like two ends of the. Speaking of music, this is something. Yeah, what do you? I feel like I'm trapped in the same music I've been listening to from 10, 15 years ago. Am I the guy get off my lawn guy? Am I turning into that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's normal. When you enjoyed it so much and it was such a great time in your life, it just gets burned into your. I think I'm like that too. Like,
I mean,
like that.
I love 80s music too. Like, I grew up in the 80s, and it's definitely nostalgic. I'm not opposed to listening. I mean, like, I like the Billie Eilish. That's she's good. I saw the documentary that she did on Apple. She's very, very talented.
Philip
No
just
good.
super chatted you.
I'm
First of all,
keeping it. I'm
Is
keeping
that
it.
with is that your credit card, Amin?
he's got his own now. I just realized that Philip is on your channel. I just realized this is the first time he's watching your stream,
Yes,
and he super chatted you. Oh, it didn't highlight his message.
oh, what did he say?
God.
Do it again. Super chat again.
Don't
Five more
do it
bucks
again,
for
you
Mohammed.
son of a
Mohammed's money.
gun. Philip, you can tell him for free what you meant to say in the super chat.
Just go whisper in your dad's ear what you want.
No, he's upstairs. He's in his cave with his dual monitors and
Kendrick,
his
see,
dual
I like-
gaming keyboards.
I like a lot of old stuff, but like Kendrick Lamar.
I like
sure.
Kendrick Lamar. I like
Lil
Kendrick
Wayne
Lamar.
off, Philip. I
Yeah.
don't know about Lil Wayne.
So I like rap a lot, and in the mid '90s was my mid '90s. New York rap was my thing. I think it's so funny that all these rappers now are Lil this, Lil Pump, Lil Easy Vert, Little Uzi Vert, Lil
everyone,
Wayne.
everyone was big when we were young.
Why would you want to call yourself Lil if you're trying to be like a tough guy rapper?
Big Papa, Big Pun. Come
Right.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the big guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I was listening to Chronic 2000 earlier today.
Sweet.
In my headphones. It's an
Wu-Tang.
awesome album. Wu-Tang, one of Mrs. Leg's favorite rap collaborations. Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yes.
Yeah, Philip, I was listening to somebody whose name was Lil Baby. Like, seriously, your friends are gonna respect you if your name is Lil Baby?
Maybe ASAP Ferg or Meek Mill up there.
I don't know who ASAP Ferg is. Get off my line.
Rob, can you help me since you're one of the elder statesmen in here with me? Can you tell Philip that listening to music at god awful volumes in closed headphones all the time, that he could end up regretting that someday?
Yes. True story. It's definitely affected my hearing, but I still continue doing it. I'm sorry.
And mine too. Shh.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay. Sorry.
say that part. God.
Well, you have to just to be able to hear it.
Now you have to listen to it loud. Yeah.
Christ, what is this? Sorry, Rob.
Yeah.
Wow, when your kid
You're killing
super
Rob.
chats Bobby Legs on his channel, you can talk to me.
Okay. All right. Okay.
KRS One.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ra has good taste.
Yeah, he's got good stuff.
What was that, Kevin? What did you have out there?
It's a custom Explorer mod that I bought from our friend in the group, Mark. An ETA
nice.
movement. So it's kind of like my. I guess it's maybe as close as I'll get to an Explorer. Who knows?
Oh, don't say that. He'll get it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, sorry, Kevin. We'll bring it back to watches. We got off on
He's like, I came on to talk about watches.
So, you know what? Let's. You guys want to see any new releases that came out recently? Let's
do it.
Let's check that out. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so we have this Frederick Constant that just came out.
Oh yeah, monolithic.
Someone had put it up on the High Horology Lounge, which I thought was interesting.
Speaking of getting off my lawn.
Yeah, exactly. So they have this. Now, this is all like beyond me, but supposedly they have this pivot oscillator that beats around 40 hertz. I don't know what that means, but I heard that it's pretty impressive. And that other brands have tried to do something like this and just not have failed, or those watches with those movements are $30,000, $45,000, $50,000 watches.
It was Zenith and
somebody else.
Starts with a B. One of the B companies. I can't remember. Yeah, so they're kind of stealing some tech from Zenith DeFi. inventor concept. Yeah. Yeah, it basically like vibrates like super fast. Interesting, I guess. I don't know.
80-hour power reserve.
They're part of the citizen group, right?
Yeah.
Was anyone actually successful in the past with it though? Like I heard they never really got it to work.
I mean, I've heard the same thing. Only 810 pieces stainless steel with a blue dial, stainless steel with a silver color dial, 81 pieces in pink gold, so 4,500 euro, 14 and a half for the gold version.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
It's a lot of money for Frederick Constant.
Yeah. I mean,
it just doesn't look good, like on the dial. Like it's cool to have some tech, but like, I'd rather they didn't show it, or just show it on the back.
I'm not a fan of open heart watches. That's kind of like open heart, right?
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of that either. And here's some schematics, I guess, so that I could be impressed by it. I don't know. Yeah, good for them.
I hear a cat.
Yeah, that's Wayne.
Wayne
Simmons Legnoski.
Wayne Simmons?
Yeah, he's named after
like the hockey player.
Yeah. I feel like this watch has been.
I've seen that before.
I've seen this before, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's a new design.
Be a new iteration.
A new iteration of it. Let's see here.
Cool looking. That's a Joe kind of watch, maybe. No? What do we think? Not really?
Well, Joe needs a Russian watch, so.
Yeah, Daniel, that's right. Daniel's into Raketa's. Raketa? Raketa? Oil money. I guess he's talking about. He's got to be talking about the Frederick Constant, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, that would be. That might not be as toxic as some of the other watches we've talked about.
Speaking of toxic, do we have anybody have any incoming watches in the chat or on the panel that you guys want to?
I have one toxic watch incoming.
Oh,
really?
Really?
I didn't know.
I really don't know what I have coming in. Went the other day and I'm like, what? Oh yeah, I bought this thing.
Wow, that's bad.
That's bad.
Can't even keep track of what.
I thought you meant about review units, but
no, something I bought, I forgot about. So. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I have a Parmigiani Fleurier coming in.
Ooh.
I'm just waiting for the oil money comment on that one. But
it's a beautiful toxic.
It is.
Oil money saying he's wearing a Moser Dragon today, and I was thinking that's a little toxic for you, like for somebody who's it's a little toxic. I mean, it's not
really
in a bad
not yet.
way.
Give it 5 years and it'll be a little bit toxic.
Ooh, very nice, Craig.
It could end up being toxic. Let's say it has toxic potential.
Yeah.
But I have a Parmigiani that is toxic coming in, but I absolutely love it, and it's similar to one that I reviewed on my channel a while back, and it's a watch that I've been looking for at the right price forever. It just in the back of my mind, it's like I really want to buy this watch someday, but I have to see it for the right price, and the one I reviewed was going to cost me a lot more than I wanted to pay for it. So the one I got, it's called a Parmigiani Kalpa XL hebdomadaire, which is French for 1 week because it's got an 8-day movement. And it's the first movement that Michel Parmigiani ever made in-house. It's a tonneau-shaped movement. It has 8 sharp interior angles on this movement. There's a lot of cool stuff to look at.
The movement's beautiful.
Guilloche dial, very distinctive looking. It's definitely like the design is not what most people will not like the design. Like it's a watch you post on Instagram and nobody says anything, but I love it. Am I flipping anything? I'm not flipping anything. But I have resolved French for toxic. So funny. I resolved that by the end of the year, I'll sell something of equal or greater value. And right now, my leading candidate is probably the Explorer.
Oh, really?
That's probably my leading candidate. Yeah. But we'll see.
Is there any other brand that gets slammed so hard than price wise from new to pre-owned than Parmigiani?
Probably not.
Like if you buy it retail, then maybe Invicta or something like that. But
nobody does that.
But if you're talking about actually what people pay in the boutique compared to what they have to sell it for, it's hard to beat Parmigiani, I would think.
And you even mentioned it, like you're trying to do research on this watch right now, and you can't find anything. Like there's no info, there's no social media presence.
The exact
but
the exact watch I bought, I cannot find on Instagram once. There's not one person who has posted a picture of this. I've looked on the Parmigiani page. I've looked searching Parmigiani. I searched Parmigiani Fleury, the hashtag. There's not a single one.
I mean, it's hard to fake it at least. So
yeah.
And who would fake a Parmesan?
Yeah,
I know a little bit about the brand, but the thing for me is the name and the logo is kind of cheap looking, isn't it, on the dial?
Yeah,
I can't get over that.
I was turned off. I have to be honest with you, superficially, I was turned off by the name for a really long time. I was like, wait, that's what I put on my lasagna. You know what I mean? Like that's the first thing I thought of was Alfredo sauce and then put a little Parmesan cheese on top of it.
So
it's silly.
But
I love them. I love it.
I'll show you what it looks like.
You know, we were talking about doing like a March Madness bracket for like watches. It would be kind of fun to do a March Madness for like most toxic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Jacob & Co., Ulysse Nardin, Parmigiani. I saw some other ones. Carl F. Bucher. Hublot, yeah, that's a good one. It could be like a Elite 8.
I was looking at a Maxi Marine some time ago, but I don't know.
They're awesome.
Those are good looking watches, man.
If you buy it used or just even new, but like heavily discounted, like you could listen. So this is it, right?
This is pretty much what it looks like. Mine doesn't have rose gold. It's like darker black and it has silver.
It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous watch. Yeah. And you bought it at the bottom of the value curve.
At the post. Yeah. It was like a 18,000 retail watch that I paid under 6 for.
Yes.
On the pre-owned.
Well done.
Yeah.
You okay, Bobby?
Sometimes the chat just really gets me, man.
What's wrong with Hublot and Karolef or CFB? I never know how to say it. There's nothing wrong with them. Just they take a huge hit.
Carl F. Bucher takes a big hit.
Yeah, and you can't sell them unless you like discount it beyond what you would even think you would have to discount.
They compare to Parmigiani in terms of post-resale hit.
Yeah, you've done that before too. So
yeah, and I don't think there's a correlation between how good a watch is and how much it takes a hit.
No,
not at all.
That's where I think if you are buying because you love it, right? Just like you'd buy dinner at a restaurant, you're not expecting to sell that after you eat it. You know, or a nice trip with a family. You're not looking for resale value on that, right?
Right.
If you love the watch and you're willing to take the hit,
Yep.
there are a lot of incredible watches that are just not good value retainers.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. That could make the Elite 8.
I didn't even mean to. I didn't even mean to highlight that one. I highlighted by accident.
All right, I gotta
It
show
just
the
gives.
movement now too, because this is
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, GP takes a hit,
It does.
unfortunately.
Dude, I was watching like a live stream when they were they were actually selling watches on the live stream, and there was a GP that came up, and they were like, "Oh, this is for sale $4,000," and like it was like a $15,000 watch, and like crickets, like nobody even wanted to touch it. Ugh.
I think the only one I know is the L'Oreal. I don't know too many other GPs.
That's
Yeah,
that's
their,
the one that holds the best, honestly.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
their flagship at the moment.
There we go. Look at that.
So here's the movement shaped tonneau shape movement, and then
It almost looks like it's like giving you a thumbs down at the bottom.
Oh, Kevin, you just kill me, man.
look at the finishing on this thing though.
Oh, that's the best
Crazy.
one.
Look at it right there. It's giving you a thumbs down. See that?
Amazing.
It's like looking in the clouds, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is. Look at all those interior angles. Your pictures are better, Amin.
Well, when I get it, I'm gonna put up some good pictures.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I might wear it upside down, like you said.
No, you know what? The dial's beautiful too.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
like
was only saying that trying to talk you out of buying it because you asked me to talk you out of it.
Right.
I like it.
So I'll be here Monday,
Mhm.
unless
Very
the
good.
post office is running behind. Chaz, mine's steel. Yeah, the precious metal ones are still run you a little bit higher.
It is a beautiful watch, man.
Mhm.
It's something very different.
Please join the Sunday talk with punters. They'll be reviewing the collection with special
Ooh.
guest Penny. Penny's always a fun person to have on the channel. She's been on
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Did Penny just buy a root beer? Is that what I saw in the chat? Or
She was offered one today, but it sounds like she just bought an AP today. So
Wow.
Wow. You know, Bill Sanders, I have learned from Bill Sanders. I've watched a lot of his videos. But I'm not, I was like, oh, I'm buying a Parmigiani. Should I join his group again? But he's so controlling in that group. Like you have to post, you can't post without posting the movement name and the movement face and all this stuff. I just can't deal with it.
no.
I need another group that appreciates, there probably never will be another group that appreciates Parmigiani besides that high horology group though.
Yeah.
On Facebook. I'm going to have to make a
That's okay.
wannabe high horology group on.
Yeah, sometimes you have to make
and Mark
sacrifices.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, Penny.
Yeah.
So Penny, there is a line, I guess.
We almost didn't know where yours was.
Yeah.
It's a moving line.
It was a
You just keep pushing the line.
Yeah, it's like root beer next week.
Yep.
Did you want me to add this, or what's going on here? Did you want to?
No.
What is this?
My computer just chose that on its own.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking. Just checking. I don't know if you wanted to talk about come through.
No, but it is a big part of my childhood too. If you're born in New York and you're 40-something years old, then
yeah, absolutely.
You watched Saturday morning Kung Fu Theater?
Mm-hmm.
Not much watch news this week, was there?
Hopefully next month Rolex is making some announcements or something, right? Who knows?
Oh, they'll probably do something.
Yeah, them tutor probably, and
Little minuscule changes
right.
that everyone will lose their minds over.
And then there'll be 3 months of content after that.
Yep.
Colin, I was
Wish-
thinking about your prediction. I don't know if you want to say it now or not. The one you just mentioned in the group the other day. That's like the tiniest change.
People would go nuts.
People go nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. So the prediction, and I didn't come up with this prediction. I heard it and I thought it made sense. So it's the anniversary of the Explorer 2, obviously. So they're going to do something with it. And honestly, I don't even think they're selling the Explorer 2 anymore right now. Like they aren't coming into the ADs from what I can tell for the past 6 months at least. So whenever they have the anniversary, they usually do a green dial or something like that. Now, I don't think they'll do a green dial necessarily, but I could see them maybe just doing a green GMT hand on the Explorer 2. And people would lose their minds. It would be stupid.
Looks like there might be some people in the chat in cahoots in creating a Facebook page, the Amin Reviews Toxic Watch Appreciation Facebook page.
Did you guys
Okay.
bring that up? Did you guys bring that up?
Nope.
No? Oh, we were talking about like making some sort of place to talk watches. We could just call it Toxic Watches.
That's a good idea.
Perfect. I like.
I like that.
We can make it, and it'll be all about making suggestions to Amin about what his next toxic wash should be.
Yeah.
I am gonna buy that URL during this stream.
Perfect. Toxic Watches.
Unless Oil Money beats me to the registrar. Toxicwatches.com.
It redirects you to
they want
Filippo
for this.
Filaretti or whatever.
Somebody owns it already, and they're they're trying to sell it for $477.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not that toxic.
No. So Kevin, we were talking about Clubhouse possibly. We were talking about
Discord.
We were talking about a Facebook group, but there's so many Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And we're all in the same ones anyway. I like the idea of Clubhouse, honestly. I've been using it for the past couple of weeks and I find it fun.
How does it work? Is it similar to Facebook groups?
No, not at all. Basically, you'll get like a push notification on your phone if someone you're following is like in a chat room, basically. And you can just listen in and if you want to talk, you just like raise your hand and they can let you in and you just talk. It's just like it's like going back to a party line for telephones, you know. But you know, you can follow people, you can follow topics, you can follow, you know, groups, things like that. So it's
you can't post pics?
No, it's just for talking.
I think you got to see watches.
It could complement
yeah.
But you can get Wrist Ross has it right. It's like a live podcast with crowd participation. Well done. He said it in 8 words, but I took 8 sentences.
Cool.
Could do a flippers page like Joe suggests. People run their trade proposals past the group.
Hey, that's not bad. Build a website for that where you can almost like fantasy football, like fantasy pros, where you can say like, I have a trade proposal, you know, do I come out on top on this or not? You can like get feedback.
Are old school forums like cooked? Is that time past due? Past gone?
I don't really use them anymore personally, but do you guys still use them?
I mean, the only time I'm on a forum like Watch You Seek is like when I'm redirected from like Kevin, like with Watch Recon, you know, and like I don't even.
But you don't just go there to talk, right?
Like, no, I mean every once in a while, if I'm looking up for something obscure, maybe I'll see if it's there. Watch Recon or any kind of discussion. I mean, on Watch You Seek. But other than that,
Ooh, he's gone.
You got a laggy connection.
What was that?
You Your connection's a little laggy there.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
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 Oh.
Call you Marcus.
I'm today's Marcus. Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. Speaking of, well, let's. He's working late. He's working late.
He's working late. Yeah, it would be interesting to see some ideas though from the.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could always put it to a vote on via YouTube on a community tab, and if people are interested in doing a group, and list up some preferences. At the end of the day, we just want to make it, fun and less work for all of us, right? So that's the only thing that worries me about something like Clubhouse, like where on a forum or on a Facebook page you can just like comment and leave. With Clubhouse, it's like this, right? I mean, we have an hour chiseled out once a week. You'd have to do that again with Clubhouse, right? You know what I mean? Like, meet me in Clubhouse on Thursday at 8:00. That's just another extra thing to do.
Yeah, maybe. I was going to say
someone owns toxic watches.
Did you take? You can't believe that. You feel like it should belong to you.
Yeah, that's supposed to be mine.
There's a Toxic NATO Straps, isn't there?
Oh, was it that? What was
There's
that?
a company called Toxic NATO Straps.
Oh, Toxic NATO Straps.
Oh, really? What about just like watch? No, that's not good. Never mind. Nah, we can figure it out.
Yeah, Wilson, I like Discord too. Ahmed made a good point earlier when we were talking that it's another app that somebody has to like download, right? So like, how many apps do you want to download? But the great thing about Discord, so you have that thread system, that message thread system where you can communicate, you can create different categories, but you can also do a chat. And you can also do a video chat. I think with video, you're limited to how many people can turn on their screens. It might be like 10 or 20. I don't know. I don't think with the chat. I think the chat is not as limiting. So you can have that live discussion within the group on Discord as well. But again, it's another app then you have to download. Is that something you want to do?
It really doesn't have to be one thing though, right? Like you create multiple avenues for people to communicate. Like you have this, you have a Clubhouse, you have a website, you have whatever. And the reason is we're not trying to like dominate the world or anything, guys. Like we literally only brought this up because we get quite a few requests for people to come on, and it's getting hard to like say no, and we want people to be able to participate, and that's really the only reason.
Romy, bringing it back to earlier conversation, watch dealers pull links out of Rolex to sell later. You really have to ask them the right amount of links. So good tip.
That's so shady.
I had no idea how many were supposed to be included with the watch. So
yeah, I mean, that's not something that I necessarily would think to look for or ask for. I guess I would just assume that, and then that's probably me being naive. I would just assume that all the links were there.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
For people, make sure you
Absolutely.
say full links. Even if you don't know how many, just say, is it full links? And hopefully they'll give you the right number. You could, I'm sure Google tells you if you really want to know.
Well, guys, we've said it all.
68
minutes.
I haven't said anything.
Okay.
You didn't say anything?
I don't think so. My mic's been off, maybe.
Come to think of it, Joe.
I've just been here like petting my pussy.
All right, Joe.
Feels like it's my turn. I need an hour and 8 minutes.
You get the second hour, right?
Yeah.
No, sorry. Go on. Bobby was wrapping up.
I think you said something. I remember you talking.
Some stuff.
he talked about his cat in the very beginning.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thomas, thank you so much for your support. Appreciate it. Big shout out to Blue Shirt, Chaz, Penny, Megan, James, Oil Money, Daniel, Rasan, Nick, Riss Ross, Kevin, Wilson, MJ, Underachieving, Philly Watch Fan, Andres, Mount Sandtime, and everyone else.
Why $9.99? That's what I want to know.
Limited option.
For a penny more, it could have looked more impressive.
Thank you,
Or it's not a
Thomas.
penny, is it? What do they call those?
They don't have that
pence.
option.
Pounds and pences.
Pence? Quid?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Quid? Pence?
And make sure you check Thomas out again with Sunday with the Punters, 2 p.m. Eastern.
What
all
was that?
with
Sorry.
Penny as their collection spotlight. Good stuff, as always. Okay, we said it all. Joe, we said it all.
Yes.
We said it all.
Did we talk about Joe's sweet new Speedy?
Oh,
We
that was on
didn't.
Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we did talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You put up some pictures up, and it looks
It
great.
it does. Yeah. Looks so cool.
It looks
All right.
awesome.
Love it.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Joe,
to prolong this.
anything else, Joe, before we wrap up
No,
here?
sir. No.
Okay.
No. You all have
Kevin,
a good weekend.
Kevin, do you have anything you want to promote? Any new videos coming out? Anything slated?
I usually try to do 3 a week. I'm not sure what I'm putting out next, but hey, I really appreciate the invite. Well, mine probably aren't as high of quality as your videos, so. But yeah.
Stop. No, but I mean, look, I mean, it was a cautionary tale. I'm glad things worked out for you. Your money back. People, I and other people on the chat, we appreciate, hearing these stories because we need to be made aware. We need to always be reminded of the possibility of something going wrong. And no, I'm very grateful. Please check out Kevin's channel. I have a link in the description below for it. Like he says, he does 3-4 reviews a week. Good stuff. Please check him out. Colin, what do you got?
I'm also putting out 3 videos per year. Perhaps per lifetime of the channel. That's impressive. 3 per week. Good job, man. No, just right now, I post on Instagram pretty much daily. So at Winding Watches, give me a follow if you want, and that's about it.
That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah, about it. Yeah.
What? Okay. Amin, how about you?
I got nothing. I'll see you guys on Tuesday night.
Okay. Thomas, good night. And I'll see you guys on Sunday night for Watch Soup. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
See you, everyone.